I first came in contact with my Prabhupada, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj, in 1931. Ever since then, I used to go to attend the evening Kirtan and Path in the Roop Gaudiya Math at Allahabad. You see, both Prabhupada, Abhay Babu as we used to call him then, you see, both Abhay Babu and I used to live in Allahabad. Both of us lived in Allahabad. And both of us used to go to attend the evening Path and Kirtan in Roop Gaudiya Math. So we started meeting there, you see. Both he and I used to go to attend the evening Path and Kirtan. And I remember sometimes he would play on mridanga, you see. Sometimes he would sing. He was very good at that, you see. Mridanga and Kirtan, very good at that. He had a shop, he was a chemist then. He had a shop in Janjharia Pul, you see. Then later on he shifted to Bahadurganj, a better locality, you see. And I remember he also used to manufacture his medicines, you see. And occasionally he made some tonic, and once or twice he gave me his tonics, you see. He gave me his tonics, which I used, you see. Once it was so funny, here in the ISKCON temple, someone asked me in Prabhupada's presence, Dr. Kapoor, how old are you? I said, well, I'm 75. It was about 10 years back, perhaps more. What is the secret of health? I said, Prabhupada's tonics. Prabhupada remembered, he laughed.
There had been no such information about his living. He was out of the house for usually he was going out of the house for his personal work or some business purposes. But on the particular date, I don't remember the exact date of that time. As soon as he left home, we were thinking that Prabhupada will come back again to home after in the evening, that he usually used to do. But the particular date he left home, he did not turn up again.
I asked Prabhupada, how you were separated from your family? He said that my wife is a big drinks, he's a tea, she was taking too much of teas. So Prabhupada told her whether you want me or tea. At that time she said tea. So then I said that you do with your tea, I will go with my own way.
With the Prabhupada I only met when there was a function in some religious function in Kurukshetra. There was a very big, people had come for bath and taking bath and all that. And I had gone there, with me 2-3 people were there, but they were not interested in talks. They wanted to go round and eat and do something. I was not interested, I was going round seeing people. So I met Prabhupada sitting down below a tree because it was quite hot. So he was sitting there. So I asked him, I said, Babaji, kya kar rahe ho tum? He was in white clothes, dhoti and baran. So he said, nahi, main aisa hi baitha hu. So then I had a talk with him for about half an hour or so. At that time I don't think he had become a sadhu or sannyasi. He was just... Then he said, no, my family is in Calcutta, but I had come for this function here to have bath. That way we talked for some time. And then he said, suppose I want to meet you. I gave him my card. Choksi, you knew, no? My office fellow. He was with me. So Choksi was somewhere. I called him. I said, Choksi, come. Then he gave me my card, his card and all that, and you come to Scindia House if you want to talk to her. After that he came to Scindia House. One evening, very late, till later. I was still in the office doing some work. Then I got up and wanted to come home. It must be about 7 o'clock. And it was quite dark. There was nobody, office being office, and 7, nobody was there. So Choksi was sitting there on his table. So I asked him, I said, Choksi, who is again sitting with you? Because Choksi was sitting on his table and Swamiji was sitting like this, what I am sitting. And Choksi was at the back, his table. So he said, no, somebody has come, some Swami, but he doesn't listen to me. He said, no, I would like to meet her. And then only I will go, I will talk to her. So I went there, I said, excuse Swamiji, kya kaam hai? Then he showed me Bhagavad. He said, I have heard your name and we have met in Kurukshetra, if you remember. I want to get this book printed. I said, you can come tomorrow, because when there are some people and daylight, and also, at this time, it is really getting darker. So Choksi is alone. So he said, yes, I'll come. Then I asked Choksi, because my secretary was there. So he typed out a letter to 1 or 2 friends. They are no more now. So telling them that why don't you do something about this gentleman? He is written Bhagavad and I would like you to help him. And I am going to do this much. I wrote that letter and gave him. He went and then I went home. After a day he came and he said, now I am going back to Vrindavan. I said, why are you going? He said, my work is done. Now I will try to see how I can get it printed.
My association with Bhaktivedanta Maharaj, with Prabhupada, increased more and more. And you see, naturally we would always talk of Krishna and Prabhupada and so on. In 1932, a year after that, I joined this parikrama. Prabhupada couldn't join because he was in business, you see. He was in business, he couldn't come. When I returned from the parikrama, he asked me about the parikrama and I had to tell him what happened, you see, where and so on. For a number of days he was. For about 5-6 years we were together at Allahabad, you see. And we used to meet almost every day. After that I joined government service. After that we didn't meet for a very long time, you see. For a very long time, I think about 25 or 30 years, you see. When I retired from government service, I came to stay here in Vrindavan, you see. And I had lost all contact with Prabhupada. I didn't know what had happened to him. Perhaps he didn't know about me. One day, accidentally, I was in Radha Damodar temple here, sitting in the veranda, waiting for someone. And I saw Prabhupada coming out of his room. He was then staying here, you see. He came out with 2 American disciples. Prabhupada naturally was in sannyasi vesh at this time. And I tell you, I couldn't recognize him. You see, he was so much, years had made change, and then he had put on, he was now a sannyasi, so he was completely changed. And I was also changed, perhaps, but not so much as Prabhupada. So he just kept gazing at me, you see. And then after some time he just hazarded a guess and said, Dr. Kapoor. Oh, I recognized him from his voice. I said, Abhay Babu. Oh, then he embraced me. You see. Sometimes you recognize your old friends from voice more than from face. You see. As soon as I said Dr. Kapoor, I recognized him. So then he was perhaps going somewhere. He cancelled his program, took me inside his room and told me all about the work that he had done. He has just returned from, I think after his visit to America, this was the first time he had come back, you see. He was now an international figure, you see. And he told me all about the work that he had done, showed me newspaper cuttings and so on.
All of a sudden one day he came to office and he said, I want to go to America. I said, are you crazy? Why do you want to go there? What will you do? You know, American government, you know, sometimes they are very funny. They'll send you back. So once, you know, it goes on record that you have sent back, then they won't let you in. Why do you want to go? And at that time, no, so many people were not going to America. Now it is quite different. Yeah. So I said, why do you want to go? Kya karega? You used to say, "Arey buddha mar jayega khali." So he won't listen.
What does it mean?
Die meant the old man, you are going to die like this, there. Who will look after you? What will you do then? So he said, kya karu, jana. I said, all right, I'll make this arrangement, then you go. So when the arrangement was made, he was in Bombay. I made all this arrangement with the captain and the ship went to load some ports. His wife also went. Then they came back. At that time, our other ship dropped him. I think he went from Calcutta. So the other ship went and dropped him there. And then he went by that ship.
He was residing before he left India. He was staying in a dharamshala, that is free lodging and all of that in North Calcutta. And I have taken him off from there by a taxi. Immediately we rushed to Khidirpur and all that. A very early morning at about 5:30. I said nothing, but I was very much shocked that he was leaving us. Immediately he realized our mental position and he advised me, don't be worried. I am soon be returning to India and I will take your news and all of that. Let me come back.
I used to talk on telephone with him because I had told the captain that you see that he talks to me. So there is no trouble for him. So he used to. And you know this Gokulashtami day,
Yes.
Krishna Janmashtami,
Yes.
he was in Suez. So he phoned me, captain phoned me. He said on board they had to cross the Suez Canal. Na? So they were there. So captain phoned me. Okay, today is the Gokulashtami and on board the ship we are having a meeting and Swamiji will talk to us and then we will distribute sweets which we got and everyone. And then we will have some bhajan records playing and all that.
I was associated with in the same compartment in the ship, that cabin, that ship cabin, because that was a cargo ship, that was not a passenger ship. So apart from the captain's room, one apartment was there, an extra, and he was offered that room to go to himself. And after reaching Boston port, I got a letter from him and from that letter I was informed he was attacked twice in heart attack in the same ship in a journey of 23 days to reach over to Boston. And immediately he asked me to send a medicine, that Ayurvedic. Well, he mentioned the name of that medicine. Immediately I rushed to the shop and bought it. Immediately I sent it to him by air post. And he acknowledged that medicine and told me that at that time my mental balance was not so quite good because of his sickness and all other, because he was quite aged at that time. And it was obvious to become sorrowed or a father. After all, he was our father. So immediately I sent this medicine to him in his address in USA. And he acknowledged it. And he was being recovered very fast, very rapid. And we all of our families were pleased.
I talked with the Swamiji also on telephone. So he said, no, I am quite all right, but I am very seasick. So I was talking to this captain and all that. Said, tell me, little mother, that I am going to die now. He was very much seasick, so he was not feeling comfortable. So he phoned me also. I said, Arey, you are not going to die, don't worry. Seasickness doesn't kill anybody. Then he was not feeling very comfortable because the sea is not very good on that side, little rough. So then when he reached New York, that captain phoned me. Okay, we have reached, and I talked to Swamiji. He said yes.
He went to Warden Road, Akash Ganga, where this Hare Krishna devotee was staying. I went there and met to Swami Madhuvisa, who was in charge of the devotees. I sat for few minutes, then I was told by Madhuvisa that Guruji came just now from America and sitting another room. So you come with me and take the darshan of Guruji. So I went to that room with Madhuvisa and take the darshan of Guruji. After sitting some time, Guruji asked me, where are you living? I said, I am living at Goregaon, suburb of Bombay. Then Guruji asked, and what are you doing? That I said, my business is construction. So Guruji asked, when you are getting up early in the morning, and what are you doing? Then I said, when I getting up in the morning, I am taking 1 cup of tea, then going to toilet and taking bath, and then going on work. Then Guruji suddenly said, what is difference between pig and you? You are just like a pig. Then I said, yes, Maharaj, please advise me that how can change my life. Then Guruji said, you must do to service of Krishna. Then I said, I have not associated any spiritual movement or the saint or the devotees. So Guruji said, from tomorrow my devotees will come to your house early in the morning, and then you do the Nagar Sankirtan there with my devotees, and then all the devotees will take feast, lunch at your home, and you will be involved in this way in the spiritual movement.
One day, while giving Prabhupada his prasadam, I asked him, Prabhupada, what is your favorite preparation? Prabhupada replied, saying that he likes all the preparations. I inquired again, "No, Prabhupada, what is your most favorite preparation?" Then Prabhupada said that his favorite preparation is shukta. So I used to cook 4 or 5 types of shukta for Prabhupada every day. Whenever I would take Prabhupada his prasadam, he would say, "You have cooked so much prasadam for me, but first give me the shukta." So I would always give Prabhupada his shukta first.
When we purchased this land, Hare Krishna land, there was living so many characterless peoples who were doing the liquor business, and there were also, after some time, quarrel between Mr. Nair. This land was called Nairwadi. No, it is Hare Krishna land. So one day Guruji was here. We were sitting in this, on 8th Road.
Valia's house.
Huh?
Valia's
house. Guruji was there, myself, Valia and my wife was there in that room. So Valia said to Guruji that, "Guruji, Mr. Nair will not give you this land because he had offered by some hotel owner for 36 lakhs, and you are purchasing for 14 lakhs. And Mr. Nair has to pay so much income tax, so he must be change his idea, and he will give the land to that person who is offered for 36 lakhs." Then Guruji said, "There is no matter. If he don't want to give this land to us, that he must return our money. But I don't think that he can pay the income tax in this life." So Guruji went at the night to Sydney, and when we awake up in the morning, we heard that Mr. Nair's heart failed and he died. So you can imagine that how Guruji said that I can't think that Mr. Nair will pay income tax burden in this life. So Mr. Nair finished.
তখন প্রসাদ রান্না করতে করতে অনেক দিন পর
I was cooking prasadam for Prabhupada every day. One day somehow the prasad was late. So Palika cooked something quickly and took it to Prabhupada. Prabhupada asked, "Where is the prasad that Kishori cooked?" And he immediately asked the devotee to phone the big kitchen and find out why the prasad was late. So I hurried and quickly took the prasad to Prabhupada's house. And when I got to the house, Prabhupada was standing in front of the stairs. I immediately put my head down and took the prasad inside. Just as I was leaving the house, Prabhupada asked me, "Why are you crying?" I said, "Prabhupada, because I delayed your prasad today." Prabhupada said, "I am not upset about that. What I am worried about is that if you delay my prasad, then you might one day delay Radhamadhav's prasad. And if you delay Radhamadhav's prasad, then he might become upset. That is why I have asked why my prasad was late."
He is always speaking truth, you see, and always quoting from Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, and from Chaitanya Chaitamrita, always quoting some slokas from those places. But he was so simple to answer those questions to us that anybody, even an atheist, will feel that I should be in touch always with Prabhupada.
So his smile face, I am seeing is just a celestial flower of the paradise. how affectionate man he is. I can't remember, I can't express the actual, the meaning of just such a smiling. I have never seen such a smiling.
Prabhupada used to go for a japa walk every morning with his disciples after Mangalarti. Some days he would walk to the Math. Some days he would walk along the Ganges. Some days he would walk around the Pukur. Some days he would come to the kitchen. After the japa walk, Prabhupada would come to Guru Puja, and as devotees would offer flowers to him, he would give them prasadam.
Once he said to me, Dr. Kapoor, forgive me for my offenses. I don't know what he really meant. I said, what do you mean? What offenses? That was his greatness, I think, his humility. You have done so much for Mahaprabhu, you see. What offenses? I can't understand what you mean. Humility, what else?
যখন প্রভুপাদের ভগবানের রাধা মাধবের দর্শন হয়ে যেত,
After Prabhupada would take darshan of Radha Madhav, he would go around the deities 3 times. Each time he would stop and ring the bell, and then he would raise his arms and dance. All the devotees would dance with him in ecstasy. When children would pass in front of him, he would stop again and dance. In this way, he would go around the deities 3 times. I can only speak what I know from reading Prabhupada's books, because I never saw Prabhupada personally. I may not be able to do what Prabhupada did, but I know that in order to get free from this material existence, I should follow in his footsteps and follow the path he has shown. In the future, I will try to dedicate my mind and life to Krishna, and of course, Prabhupada too.
He advised me in 1977, the 3-4 months before his disappearance, please take care of your mother and your family, because I left home and you are 2 brothers, and your elder brother has become very inactive, so you must be well careful to take the responsibilities and all other things that may require for benefiting of your family and all other members.
You were telling me, I'm going to build in Vrindavan ashram, so I'm going to build a special place for you to stay. I said, all right. When you go, I'll come. But last he went from there. I know he sent me word.
Yes.
I'm going to Vrindavan now, and I don't think I'll come. He knew that he's going to go. I told him also we'll get doctor. He said, no, good. Very nice man. As a man also, he was very nice. Very kind, very soft, very nice. The man has done so much. And what did he take? Nothing. And he has left behind such a big landmark. Not only religion, culture, everything. All over the world. So we must try to see that whatever he has done is kept. We can't increase, all right, but we must keep it. It must remain alive. That is what I feel.
We are deeply charmed, and rather we are very much proud of our father, that is your spiritual master, and of course he was also our spiritual guide. We are very much charmed and pleased that no ordinary people can do it. It is absolutely impossible for them, rather, to make a good mission and a big mission and wide range of propagation and all other, because it is very we much feel rather very proud of our father. And this is our ultimate conclusion about that.